Sanchez. I'm originally from Los Angeles, living now currently in Miami. I work for the University of Miami at the Miami Project to Cure Paralysis, and I'm a gay Mexican American. So I don't know when I knew particularly when I was gay in the term sense. I knew that I was different, and I think I always felt that way as a child. My family were all jocks, and I was the one who's playing with crayons and paints and being more creative. And even my dad at one point told my older brother and sister not to pick on me because I was quote-unquote special. So I think even my dad recognized it in me before, obviously, I had even realized what it was. As I started to come to terms with what gay meant and what I was feeling, then I got very sad about it, very nervous about it, and very shameful. I think it's the Catholic in me, and I kind of just kept it to myself and just prayed it away and prayed and prayed and prayed, hopefully that one day it would stop. And then when I realized it probably wasn't going to stop, out of fear of hurting my family, I made the decision that I would go away to college, or after college, and start a whole life somewhere else and just come home for holidays, and weddings, and never really have to really live in two different worlds, and made that decision I was going to do that. But that same summer I was making those plans, that's when my friends kind of put two and two together, and I realized I didn't have to go away, and slowly my support system had built around me, unbeknownst to me, and then in time my family was included in that. But it was hard for my family because I wasn't certain what they knew, particularly my mom. So my brother kind of outed me to my family, and my mom was kind of upset about it, but then the whole conversation shifted, and at one point she just said to me, why didn't you tell me yourself? And I just said I didn't want to disappoint you, and her response was, you're my son, I'm always going to love you. So for years and years I was afraid of hurting her, and to find out that it did very little to change anything. So when I think about equality, I think about the reality of being a Mexican American, but as well as being an American. And I was raised in a time of the bicentennial and red, white, and blue, and I've always had the idea, that fantasy, or the dream that this country is equality for all. And so I would love to see that come to fruition. I want to get married. Actually, yes, I would love to get married. It's something I've always thought about for a long time, even when I was a kid. And so, yes, that would be a fantasy that, has slowly evolved into being a reality, that now it's a matter of just, I have the will, just have to find the way. What makes me happy? I think for me, it's just the simple thing of being present to what's around me. And a lot of times it's just being with my friends and my family, and acknowledging that they're there despite any of my flaws and mistakes and idiosyncrasies, that they still love and accept me as who I am, and that there's just power in just being aware of that when you're in the middle of it, and just letting out a personal sigh that how blessed you are, or how blessed I am. So I was recently told there's a possibility of I might have lymphoma, and the test came back benign, so I do not have lymphoma. And I think the thing that really has taught me a lesson is to, more than I knew, is just to appreciate things as they are, and just be grateful for everything that's around me. As I mentioned, the issue right now is regarding my friends. But I find myself just smiling, and just for no reason realizing, what, I'm here, and there's still something for me to do. And not being afraid to start pursuing that with a little more zest. And talk to somebody who's just coming out, I would say, ask them, are you okay? And then I think it's something that somebody told me that I guess kind of already resonates with me, because you always learn the lessons and you treat somebody else taught you. And I remember when I was telling somebody I was gay, who was also gay, and he told me this something very simple terms. He says, don't panic. And it took a while to kind of realize what he was saying, because there was obviously at some level, for many years, this verge of panic. Oh my God, I'm gay. What next? What's going to happen? And once I got past that idea of not panicking and not having to panic, that made sense to me. So I would tell somebody who's coming out of this closet, so to speak, just not to panic, and and take your time. Just take your time.